EMTs are now being threatened and assaulted nearly every day in Hennepin County. That comes from the senior head of Hennepin Healthcare's EMS.
Some of the assaults are life-threatening, with 3 ambulance team members suffering traumatic brain injuries last year.
Tonight, Jay Coles is reporting on solutions to this serious problem, and he joins us from the newsroom. Jay?
Kevin, there have been more than double the assaults and threats on paramedics and EMTs so far this year than in all of last year. And the head of the paramedic and EMT union says tougher penalties, in his opinion, are needed for those who attack first responders. They're rushing to help others in a medical emergency every day. And now the lives of Hennepin County paramedics and EMTs are facing emergencies of their own, as they often try to save the lives of others.
I mean, we're seeing these kind of events on a daily basis, whether it's physical, verbal, or threatening actions every single day.
Shane Hallow is president of the union representing 200 paramedics and EMTs in Hennepin County. He says a paramedic in July narrowly escaped serious injury when a man threw this concrete block at her, which she blocked with her hand. If it hadn't hit her hand,
It would have hit her in the head, absolutely. And I'm fortunate that that didn't happen, but I mean, it would have been a significant injury for sure, career-ending potentially.
the head of Hennepin Healthcare's EMS tells me rocks are routinely thrown at ambulances, and paramedics and EMTs are often at dangerous crime scenes.
I mean, it's just a very strange phenomenon going on. It's against all first responders.
And Hennepin Healthcare data shows how bad it is. In 2023, there were 121 threats and assaults against paramedics and EMTs. Through the first 9 months of this year, there have been 241 incidents.
Our team's been really good and well-trained in de-escalation and non-escalation and crisis management, but it's still, sometimes we have to back out, and that's the hard part, backing out and letting law enforcement sometimes take over.
Are you worried that one of your men or women could be killed?
Oh, absolutely. Keeps me up at night. Yeah.
Okay, what is going on where people feel the need to attack first responders? This is my question. And here's the thing, folks. While this is Hennepin County, which is the county that encompasses Minneapolis, which is where the George Floyd incident occurred, which is the center point of where this evolution of law enforcement is set to go. Okay? So, therefore, it's important for us to keep our eyes on what's going on here in this area. People, I there are no words really. I don't. What do you say about people who are attacking an ambulance? Right? We are at a state. Our culture, our pride in our cultural heritage, ourselves, our neighborhoods, our humanity even is at question at this point when people are attacking ambulance workers. Now, granted, you might think, well, you might say, well, there's more to the story. Maybe those people are like this or like that. No. I mean, with what's going on now in Hennepin County, Minneapolis in particular, with the fentanyl, the encampments, the youth between the ages of 9 and 14 stealing cars, not being detained. You steal a car, you yuck. You have you take the police on high-speed chase. The police have been instructed not to chase you. If they do chase you, you get high off that you're able to outmaneuver, outrun the police. If they do catch you, they can't detain you. They release you back into the community. You reoffend as a 9 to 13-year-old, and they again release you back into the community. Right? Like, what in God's name is this? What is this? And you got police chief in this same area, Minneapolis. You got this union guy saying we need tougher laws. Buddy, I mean, I hear you, right? Like, tougher laws. Yeah, let's get, what are we going to do? Get more draconian here? Like, we want to swing from one extreme to the other? right? Like, I mean, there's obviously an issue with enforcing the current laws that are there. There's obviously an issue with that. So to get, you know what? Let me give you an example. Last night, I had student conferences for my kids at school. I entered the building. Crowd is middle school. Table in front of me. Table off to the right. Table off to the left. So I veer right and I asked the lady, "Hey, I'm here. I don't have my daughter's schedule. Can I get a copy of it so I know where to go and this and that?" She's like, "Sure, yeah. Just give me a second," and immediately proceeds to enter into her phone. So she takes a few seconds, and I'm not okay with that. I'm like, I didn't really want to be there. I had multiple things on the schedule. I'm like, all right, well, let me just look at someone else. I look around. I go to another table with children sitting at it, very respectful. Funny enough, in these days of high schools full of Damians, for those who know who that is from The Omen, or middle schools full of Damians, elementaries full of Damians, right? Um, they were respectful, much to my surprise and considerate. Say, "Hey, sir, we got alphabetically arranged schedules for if you need a copy of your child's schedule. Here are maps to get through the building." I'm like, "Yeah, right. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, this is what I need. This is what I need." So I'm grabbing it. I get it. I'll get what I need. I'm like, okay. And then I look back over there. I see the lady still sitting on her phone, and I just couldn't let it go. I just couldn't. Something was just, it's just really rubbing me the wrong way. So I'm like, you know what? What? Let me go over here and talk to this lady. So I get over there. I'm like, "Listen, I came in. I asked you. I'm not yelling. I am assertive, right? But I'm not. I'm not yelling. But I come over there and I'm like, hey, I asked you what was going on. I go to the table over here. They gave me everything I need. Could you not have told me from the moment that I came in that go to that table over there and they could help you?" She's like, "Oh, well, yeah, I just said, give me a second. I was on my phone, this and that." And said, "You know what? I was just going to kind of remind her. But then when I saw that she was going into the excuses, I was like, okay, let me chime in and see what's going on here a little bit further." So then I said, "All right, what is it that you do at this table? Right? What is this table here for? Why are you sitting here?" She said, "Oh, I'm the assistant principal." So, oh my God. I'm thinking, what? You are the assistant principal? And you know what I said? It was like a instinct kicked in. And I said, "You're the assistant principal." I said, "You are the reason we here in this land are having the problems we're having." She was like, and I wasn't sure she knew what I meant. So I said, let me take it a step further. That you're the assistant principal. You're an adult. You're supposed to be a leader of this building. I enter the building. I ask you, I'm a parent. I'm asking you for the schedule and directions. And so I said, did you know that at that table over there are people whose job it is to give out schedules and maps of the building? Did you know that? So she's trying to give me a political answer. Blah, 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 blah. She talked for 15, 20 seconds. I said, okay, did you know when when a person comes into the building that at that table over there are people who are giving out schedules and maps of the building? Did you know that? Yes or no? And she was like, "Oh, I'm an assistant principal, and uh, uh, ooh, ooh, ee." She couldn't answer. And then furthermore, she had a t-shirt and leggings on. Okay. Now, I had the wife with me, and she thought that I was being a bit too aggressive, and it's not that serious, and it's okay, and this and that. You need to calm down. And again, I was assertive, and I'm not a loud person, but I think it was plain to see that I was a bit annoyed by her behavior. At this point, when she couldn't answer about, if she even knew what was going on at the table, and she kept trying to say that all on my phone, I was answering another parent and this and that. And I saw that the woman was just an ocean of excuses. I let it go, and I proceeded to walk away and carry on with the evening. And I was still a bit flustered there for a second. As I was walking, the wife was like, "Oh, well, you should be calm down and this and that." To which I deferred with her, and I was like, listen, this is why we're having the problems we're having. The lack of professionalism, the lack of care and concern about anything. People are only trying to work a job so they can be on their phone, so they can take trips, so they can take vacations, so they can enjoy the good life, so they can pay their bills, pay their mortgage, pay their insurance, pay their car note, whatever. That's it. No one's really concerned about the professionalism of what it is that we're supposed to be doing here in whatever positions that we're in throughout this world of ours. It matters, folks. To be a woman in your 40s or 50s, leading a school, sitting at the door when parents are coming in with your head in your phone, in a t-shirt and leggings and a flannel wrapped around your waist and tied, right? Saying I'm the assistant principal, as though that's like she perhaps said it as though that raised her and gave her some status, but she even further disgraced herself. And what's really funny, she had no clue as to the level of disgrace and misconduct, lack of professionalism that she was truly involved in. And I would say that that sentiment is ringing in multiple places at one time throughout our nation, and it is not okay. You can't sustain a country, a culture, a community like that. It won't work. We have to have some degree of care and concern for ourselves, for what we do, and for each other. I know we're in the I culture, right? It's the iPhone, it's the I this, it's the I that. I think, I feel, my view, my truth, my world. I get it. Be aware, though, that therein lies a significant portion of the problem. Here's the thing. I don't expect any of us out here in this realm of ours to agree on any and every matter at all times. The fact is, you have your set of experiences in the world. You've grown, you've encountered things, you've had your ups and downs, and you see the world as you see it. And I'm quite sure that you, like I, make every effort to see it as best you can and to do as best you can by you and yours, without doing any ill will or harm to any other. I'm sure that's your case, like mine. The fact is, though, there is a place in this realm of ours called reasonableness, right? There is a place where we can meet and say, all right, this is reasonable. And in order to be reasonable, you have to have some degree of integrity. If you don't have any ability to do what's right when no one's watching because it's right, I mean, you're going to be completely blinded to what's going on here. And therein lies a lot of our problem. So I say, let's meet at a place called reasonableness, and let's be reasonable, folks. Wherever you are, with whatever's in front of you and whatever you're doing, I encourage you to be reasonable. I'm doing my best to be such, and I believe that that is a large part of the solution to our problems. We are in a state of emergency. Okay? People are attacking ambulance workers, people who come to save your life. People, the ones who are overdosing on the streets, I'm not coming to save them, right? It is the EMS workers that are coming. And I'm sure that when these people signed up to be EMS workers, they didn't think they would be going around Narcan and fentanyl heads all day, but a large part of their job is exactly that. They're getting calls for ODs most of the time, probably. Not legitimate, at car accidents and the tragedies that can happen in the human family. Nonetheless, they've taken an oath and they're still there to help you and save your life. And this is the thanks they get: a rock thrown at the vehicle, through the window, and at someone's head. I tell you, it's a sad state of affairs. However, I do believe in the ancient ways of the American culture. I believe in the last four letters of American, and that is I can. That's my attitude, and that's the attitude that got us to anywhere good. And that's the only attitude that's going to keep us anywhere good. And that is for damn sure the only attitude that's going to take us anywhere good. Anyone who's on the I can't train, keep it moving. If you, like I, are in the American camp with the emphasis on I can, and you, like I, are not interested on being taken on any racial rides or ethnic rides, any political rides, any religious rides, any educational rides, or any other deceptive means of conquering and dividing. Don't get me wrong. We all have differences and we all have different views, and that's fine. When I say taken for a ride, I mean exactly that. Made a clown of, made a joke of, and a mockery, and nothing more than a political football being kicked around at the pleasure and whim of people who care nothing about you. Let's do better, folks. Take care of yourself. Be aware. Stay on point, man. I'm telling you, stay on point. Keep your eyes open. Keep your ears open. I'm not telling you to engage in paranoia, schizophrenia. I'm telling you to be alert, be aware, do the best you can where you are with what you have, and something is bound to happen.